Opened up the Rose Anvil vault to bring back a couple wallets. The Luton wallet, which is a bifold wallet, a little quick draw slot, less pockets than the Clayton, and our vertical wallet, the Row. And these are going back into the vault after a couple weeks, so check them out before they're gone. All the colors still hand sewn, made right here in the shop by me and my crew. Check them out below.
Ooh, that's gotta be in the video. Come on now. That was a hell of a catch. Origin unboxing with a couple other goodies here. One of them I can smell from here because it's my TikTok shop question mark segment that I'm trying to do now. Cause I just see so much random junk on TikTok, and most of it just looks like junk. Other stuff looks pretty cool, and I'm like, well, maybe I'll buy that and try it out, because there's so much bull crap on TikTok shop that I am especially susceptible to, because I like good branding and marketing. I like a good angle on a product. I like when people do stuff differently. And so I think I'm just gonna start buying random stuff on TikTok. So let's get to it. Origin box, another little package, TikTok shop. What knife? The O knife. I was like, yeah, I don't know, this one feels cheap. And everyone's like, that's a good brand, bro. It's like, I don't know, it feels cheap to me. So it might just be like the lightness of the carbon fiber handle. I don't know, but I do like this knife. It works well. So what is this? Lucky Cat Collective. So what is it? It's this little metal box here. And on the inside, there's nothing. But, ooh, take this little metal thing. It has that in there, magnets in there, and then you have your really nice smelling cologne on you at all times. But if I'm being honest, the flavor of the smell of this has some smells just like a girl I used to date. And I'm like, ugh. So, but the reason I got this was I just thought this was a really cool little EDC kind of thing. And I was like, oh, that'd be cool. Like this paint will kind of patina off. It's like an Oni demon on the top here. And I was like, I'm like that. I do like cologne. Like I wear cologne basically every day. I'm like, why not? You know, I have little spritzers. But the thing that I liked about this is, I'm like, do this, but with chapstick. Like I would use this, you know, because I like having chapstick on me, but I hate having little tubes and they're always melting and I lose them. And this is just like a nice little premium fill. It slides only one way. So it's kind of like a little fidgeter too, you know? I don't know, I'm sure you get away with it anyway. So I just thought it was cool. You know, it is pretty heavy. So if you don't have a butt like I do, you'll probably pull your pants down a little bit. So it's a little bit on the heavy side, but you know, I was like, I wish these guys would make chapstick instead of perfume that smells like a girl I used to date. I think it's like, because this fragrance, it doesn't really say what fragrance it is. But yeah, it's pretty cool. I don't remember how much this even was. Yeah, see, they got a bunch of really cool subtle solid fragrance collection. See, they got a bunch of really cool, like solid brass. Let's see if they have, I didn't even actually check to see if they had chapstick. Make chapstick, guys. Not everyone, I think more people would want chapstick on them at all times than cologne. So do some chapstick. Like, it's shocking to me that they haven't. So I don't know, kind of cool. So is this TikTok junk or is this like TikTok, is this TikTok buy? I think if you like the idea of carrying a little cologne on you, this is a really cool little like mechanism. You know, it's kind of, it has the heft, it's gonna patina really interesting. So if you want the cologne, it's definitely a buy. I probably wouldn't buy it again unless it had chapstick. So my thought was like, well, I'll just like melt some chapstick and I just put it in this little case. So I'm gonna say a half buy for right now. I'd do a full buy if it had chapstick. This is all of our boot accessories that we've slowly developed over like the last 4 years as we've done more and more boot reviews and realized how many things are missing in the market. Because if you're watching this, there's a good chance you have a nice boot, and one of the funnest things to do with it is start to build it out, kit it out, customize it, make it your own as you're breaking it in. And that's what these kilties and boot pocket kits allow you to do. We got them in a bunch of different leathers, a lot of really popular boot leathers. They come in different sizes. You got the fringe, you got the no-shows, you got 6, 8, 10 inch, you got the boot pocket kit with 3 different pockets, different sizes. Sew it on the side of your boot, sew it on your jacket, sew it on anything. And we also just released these laces, but they sell out every time we get a restock. So if they are sold out, get on that limited edition email list. We'll announce when we have a restock of these. Even down to the Jim Green outsole we designed with Jim Green for the barefoot boots. You can buy them on our site. But the most surprising products of the year that really were shockingly successful was the boot breakers. You know, we launched this, it was 2 millimeters of foam and a high abrasion fabric just to help break your boots, because this hard veg tan is such a pain to break in for the first few weeks. Just having 2 millimeters of squish still allows you to break in that insole, still allows you to get the whole heritage feel, but it eases that painful break in until you're ready to pull them out, or you just leave them in for tons of comfort. And we just launched the 4 millimeter foam boot breaker if you want just a little extra squish, twice as thick as the original boot breaker. So now that you've bought probably a few high quality boots, customize them, protect them, make them a little bit more comfortable. That's what all these accessories do. So be sure to check out all these below. They make great gifts, self gifts, and it's a huge way that you can help support the channel. So check them out below. I want to show you this too. Check this out. This is not from TikTok. This is pretty cool. Little tactical wax canvas fanny pack. Isn't this thing sweet? So it's, you know, you got your wax canvas here, you got your Velcro straps, you got some elastic straps, you can loop things in, put some different attachments onto it. You got a little pocket here, canvas on the inside. Let's see what's on the inside. Actually, bigger inside. Ooh, look at that, got little organization pockets on the inside there. Another little safety pocket, separating things. So let's see, we got elastic band pockets here, one pocket on the inside, one pocket there. Ooh, a little hidden pocket on the inside right there. Yeah. I'm not much of like an actual fanny pack wearer. I usually sling it around my shoulder. Let's see if this actually is long enough to sling around your shoulder. You know, if you like go to a concert or you're traveling or something, it's pretty nice to have a little fanny pack on you. Yeah, something like that. That's how I'd wear it. Rather than a fanny pack. But you can sling it around your back if you need. I probably should sit down and show you. You know, that's how I wear fanny packs. Probably like a dad, but it's easier this way. So, what is the brand? What is this brand? There's no logos anywhere. Oh, here's a logo. Roaring Fire. Let's see how much this thing is. There's so many bad fanny packs out there because we've on and off looked at making a fanny pack for like camera accessories. There's a lot of junk out there. So the fact that you can actually get one that's like a wax canvas is pretty cool. $53 on the website. We've been thinking about a comfortable waist pack versatile design for a while. After a few months of design and prototype, we finally have one that looks great and has a lot of awesome features. We made this pack in 2 different colors. The FDE version is a 1000D Cordura nylon, and rustic brown is made from wax canvas, both utilizing YKK zippers, which is like the industry standard for high quality zippers. So that's always a good sign in a product. If you see YKK, that means they've spent the money on a quality zipper, so there's a good chance they spent their money on other quality materials too. Hidden FRID blocking, that's cool, in the front. So it's this one that's FRID blocking, so people can't just steal your information with their like phones and scanners. So, looking for a pretty decent fanny pack, wax canvas, or you get that Cordura nylon, which is like, I think bullet resistant, bulletproof nylon is I think what that is. Or it's, I can't remember, it's like burn resistant, I don't know, just look it up. Abrasion resistant fabric, military law enforcement use it, Cordura. Yeah, so it's just like really durable fabric, kind of like canvas. Now, to the main event. Let's see what Origin's been cooking up. Origin, if you don't know, they're definitely the most USA made boots in the USA. Nobody can even get close to claiming a second place, because everything that they put in these boots, except for on a rare occasion, a couple things here and there, all sourced from the United States, all made in the United States, raw materials and all. You know, like even the Pacific Northwest brands, they source a lot of their materials and components from Mexico. You know, a lot of other companies, they say it's made in the United States with imported parts or globally sourced components. So there's always like little workarounds to still kind of claim it. Origin's the only one that can actually claim it for being real. So let's see what we got here. Ooh, a Chelsea boot. Ooh, I like that leather too. That kind of looks like Dublin. Like a little bit darker Dublin. Vibram Gumlight outsole, very squishy. Here's my durometer tester. That's very soft. 60 Shore A, nice. So it's like a blown rubber outsole that looks more like a hard rubber outsole. Okay, let's see what this other one is, and we'll get into the details. Number 2. Is it more Chelsea's? Is it a different color? Nope, same thing. Probably just 2 different sizes, so I can give you some sizing recommendations is probably the idea. Okay, these are cool. They're unique too, because look at the patterning on it. This sweep back, you know, because that's something that Origin does really well, is like really unique patterns and like shapes of their shoes and boots. It's definitely a more pointy last. You can see how much more of a like more dress-centric last this is, and it makes sense if they're trying to make like a Chelsea, trying to make it a little more upscale rather than like a work Chelsea. You know, this looks like it's a. I'm assuming the idea is like, okay, Origin has their work boots, has their high-end heavy-duty boots, but they don't really have any casual, more dress-centric boots, and so I'm guessing that's what this is an attempt at. That's a nice-looking seam down the back too. Got the Goring, fully leather lined. That's a thick lining too. It's a nice natural leather. You can see just because it's not heavily coated, so it's gonna absorb your sweat really well. It's gonna breathe better than like a heavy plasticky top lining leather. Comes with a new kind of insole, I think, from Origin. It's very squishy. And then underneath, you got a layer of pour-on. So they're probably, actually I don't know how they're built. Let's see if it's on the website. The Statesman Chelsea boot by Origin. Crafting a quality boot takes time. Each pair is hand-built in Maine by our master craftsmen and women. Please allow 8 weeks for delivery. Perfection is not rushed. Leather, American cowhide, boot type, Latigo leather Chelsea boot with Goodyear welt, so it is Goodyear welted. Custom developed last for a dialed-in fit and everyday comfort. Roomy toe box designed for natural movement with no break-in required. Yeah, it's probably a little bit of an exaggeration. You're still gonna have to break them in. Drawing inspiration from footwear favored by America's most influential statesman, the Statesman Chelsea is who is that? Who are they talking about? The Statesman Chelsea is more than just a boot. It's a statement of confidence, character, and embodies the power of purpose. The Statesman Chelsea boot blends timeless style with unapologetic durability. Crafted and made by master craftsmen, said that already. The boot is 100% American made from hide to heel. Feel the difference in American grit and premium leather. A Vibram gum light sole, cork midsole for comfort. American Latigo leather, 4.5 ounces. Gore elastic webbing, engineered with dense interlocking fibers for serious stretch and rebound, won't snag or wear out during pressure. 0 break-in required. The custom developed last. Anytime brands say this, there's always gonna be break-in. You know what I mean? Like, the leather doesn't come pre-broken in, so you have to break in the leather. It's gonna be a little bit stiff the first few days. So I think what they're getting at is low break-in, you know, because of the softness underfoot, the softness of the outsole, a little bit softer of the leather. Low break-in, that's probably a little bit more accurate. But who's the Statesman? Who's the Statesman they're talking about? Maybe you'll say in the video.
Throughout history, America has been defined by those bold enough to step into the unknown, to lead with conviction, character, and undeniable style.
Teddy.
I'm Pete Roberts, founder and CEO of Origin. Today, I'm stoked to introduce you to the Statesman Chelsea, crafted entirely right here in my hometown in Maine by a new generation of shoe dogs.
It's a good video.
Making the product right behind me in the front.
Cool. So they must mean like statesmen's of like American history. You know, they showed Teddy Roosevelt, one of my personal faves, a few of the other like iconic people of the American past. But yeah, I think they pulled it off. You know, it sounds like their intention was to make a hybrid of like comfort but durability, sleekness but still heritage. And that's ultimately what these are. You know, I think they've nailed it. You know, I'm not the biggest pointy toe boot fan, and that's why I like having like the wide toe boxes of more like, well, not Blundstones are that wide, but for like a more dress Chelsea, something you can dress up, wear how you want. That's more of what this is. You know, it gives you a little bit more of an elegant look, a little bit more of a sleek look, while still being really beefy and pretty comfortable because you got that insole, you got that soft outsole. Yeah, because that's ultimately what they do really, really well, is like they hybridize things in a unique way. Like their first boot that we reviewed, it was a unique construction that really allowed it to be athletic feeling, but still really durable because it had like the internal Blake stitch, but the stitch down on the toe is like a lightweight version of Pacific Northwest boots. So I like what Origin's doing. I think they do a good job of like doing actually unique and interesting things. But let's see how they fit, because I'm curious how that toe box feels. because you can see it's pretty wide in the forefoot. You know, these are the Russell mocks we did with Naked and Famous and Russell Mocks and ourselves. And Naked and Famous actually coming to town in a couple days, so we might record content. Might just go to a concert. I don't know. We'll see. But you can see what I mean. Like, this is a pretty anatomical-ish last versus a more pointy last. This is the size 10D. Okay, 10 feels like a pretty snug fit. You know, my toe's probably right to there, right in that area. But I could still wear them, but it puts a little more pressure on my big toe because of the pointy last than I would want. So let's try the 10.5. They're gonna be low break-in. It's not gonna be no break-in though. Like, you can tell they are gonna be pretty easy to wear from day one. Yeah, I think that works. So for me, I like a little bit more wiggle room. I would go up half a size for my Brannock, more towards my regular sneaker size. If you like a more snug, tight fit to keep that like more slim silhouette and keep the whole boot looking smaller, you know, because it's only half a size difference. But if you want that tighter look, that tighter feel, that more hugging around your foot, more pressure over your entirety of the foot, because like this one I've got some room in the instep. This one's right on top of my instep. So that's what I'd recommend. Want more roomy? Go with your regular sneaker size or half a size up from your Brannock. If you want a tighter fit, just go straight to your Brannock, and that's it. With the green pants, grease point workwear, yeah, like if I bend my toe, my heel stays seated in this 10, versus if I flex my toe on this one, my heel kind of pops out a little bit. What was the other thing we did? Oh, this. Yeah, this is still a half. They need to come out with chapstick, so I can put chapstick in this. Then I'll give it a full thumbs up. Right now it's one of these. And then this is pretty cool. Pretty affordable too, 40, 50 bucks. So if you want any of that, check them out. The link's in the description. Check out these Origin boots. I think they're for sale now. Yeah, they're in stock. Oh, you can get a wide width too. So if you want that more snug fit around your instep and you want it a little bit wider, I would just go true to your Brannock and up a width. So let me know if you want us to cut these in half. You know, no guarantee we will, but if there's interest in it, we will. Like, why not? Origin's a cool company, especially, you know, in 2025, Origin is perfectly positioned to really excel with all the tariffs going on and with all the re-onshoring and all the re-emphasis on American-made goods, which I'm hyped about. You know, I own a leatherworking company that we source all of our leather from the United States. We hand make everything in the other shop, not the old shop right now. And so I just naturally have a affinity for Origin because they're actually doing it. They're not fake doing it, they're actually doing it. And they make good products too. So check them out below. Shout out to Origin. Thank you guys for watching this and supporting this channel because it's fun. It's just so fun. I get to like buy random stuff on TikTok, show it to you guys, maybe show you some stuff to avoid, some stuff to get. You know, it's turning into a really fun channel. And one day we'll figure out how to make money on this channel. So right now we're just chalking it up to a business expense and a little marketing expense. So thank you guys for your support. Give us a like, a little sub, anything you can do to help is how we'll keep doing this. So thank you guys. See ya.